Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is going to be just kind of a sharing video in the sense that I've had just a couple of pieces of equipment I've added to my system, but mainly kind of wanting to share the story that kind of goes along with it because I think it's just one of those cool music type of stories, and just kind of wanted to share it with some of my pals here in the VC. So, kind of a long story made semi-short. I have an old friend that I used to work with, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. Got a chance to get together and hang out, and just kind of through the course of conversation, they've been going through kind of some tough things with one of the parents passing away, and the other one's kind of fighting cancer, and that same horror story that a lot of families and people are dealing with these days. And kind of as we were going through that, they were saying, I've been spending a few days at my folks' place, and we're kind of going through and cleaning stuff out and getting rid of stuff. And so we found this tape deck that was, kind of stored. And we were, I was just thinking, hey, you're in the music, maybe there's something you'd like. I don't know if you would or wouldn't be something, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, yeah, I'll definitely come by and take a look. And, if anything, I'll pretty much take whatever you have, even if it's something I don't necessarily want or is not what I would use. I could always find people that would be very happy to get their hands on a working tape deck or whatever else. So yeah. So we set up a time, and I just kind of came by one day, and excuse me, and it was really cool because when I first went in, I never met the father before. So just kind of walked in and introduced myself, and we just kind of sat there and started chatting. I mean, he knew I was there to look at this tape deck, and so yeah, we just kind of started chatting, and then all of a sudden it's just one of those, oh, you realize you have two music junkies that are sitting here starting to kind of, do their music junkie thing, and he and I just started bonding like crazy. Maybe for like 30 or 45 minutes, we're just sitting there talking about, this is someone's in like their late 60s too, so we're talking about, kind of some difference in generations, but still that music and love that we share and that kind of thing. And you have to keep in mind through this is someone that's kind of fighting the last stages of cancer and doesn't really have a lot of energy to move around, even going from like one place to the next. And all of a sudden, like, he's getting up, like, I'm showing you my CD collection, and so we go over there, and he has this nice little CD collection, and we're just like talking about the different music that's in there. And I knew we were really here when I pulled out this. Again, we've been talking about Led Zeppelin and your typical classic rock stuff, and the Doors is actually playing, in the background and all of this. But I pull out this Enya CD, and it was A Day Without Rain, and I was like, this is my like favorite Enya CD of all time. He's like, no way, I love that CD, and nobody else likes Enya and all that kind of stuff. And it was just kind of one of our secure bonding moments, like in Step Brothers. We just become best friends? Yep, that type of thing. So it was just really, really cool. And he's even pulling out like old mixtapes and stuff like that. We're just talking about the music on there, and like I said, just two music junkies, bonding. And so I pulled out my phone too, and I was like, here, let me show you my music room. I had some pictures of my music room in there. And he was just like, oh, that is just so cool. I would love to see that, and the whole nine. And so then he's like, well, look, let me take you downstairs, and I'll kind of show you, we'll show you the tape deck or whatever. So I go downstairs, and the tape deck actually is a reel-to-reel player, is what it is, and a really kind of neat one too. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you. And after he really kind of had an idea about my love and my passion for music, it almost became like they saw me as, any music stuff in here, we need to give it to this guy because he's going to take it and make sure that it lives on and really enjoys it and appreciates it to the same degree. So then they're taking me into another room. It's like, we have these speakers over here. Do you want those? Here, take them over there. Even went and opened up a cabinet, and there was like stuff that was hooked up inside of systems there. And let me show you what this can do, and blah blah blah. You like that? You want it? Here, unplugging it. And I was like, holy cow, okay. And so we're going through all of that, and I'm just like telling him how much I appreciate it. And we have all the stuff sitting by the door. I'm getting ready to load my car and everything. And and it kind of came down to, it's like, well, the only thing I would like to have in return is I would love for you to invite me over to your place at least one time, just so I can see your music room and to sit and listen to a few records. It's like, really? It's like, shoot, I probably would pay you to do that. So I was like, heck yeah, are you kidding me? So we did set up a time, for my friend and he are gonna come over next week and just kind of do just that. We're just gonna kind of, chill out and, show my music room and listen to some music and all that great stuff. So it really was just kind of one of those awesome, awesome moments. And I think the thing that really, really touched me about the whole thing is not only just bonding with him and getting to know him, but after I left later on that night, my friend texted me and was like, thanking me to death for coming over and dude, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, sitting there talking about music with someone for an hour and then, them giving me all this free stuff. It's like, there's no thanks due my way whatsoever. It's like, that was freaking awesome. Thank you for the experience. And they were like, yeah, but I just wanted to say that because, it's been months and months and months that, he's been fighting at this stage. And he said, like, this was the happiest and most energetic I have seen him in months, with all, just kind of all the stuff that's going on and what he's battling and fighting. Yeah, and just like, I haven't seen him the way he was at Hour. I haven't seen him like that, and I can't tell you how long. And it's just like, that, yeah, we show the vinyl and we talk about, this, that, and the other, but, it's really cool, too, when we actually get those moments to see that level of power that's embedded inside of music that can, not only just make us feel good and with what we like to listen to, but to be able to take someone above, fighting something like cancer to the degree that, it was just one of those awesome, awesome experiences. So I felt very fortunate and very blessed to, just even be a part of that. That would have been magical if there was nothing in there that I wanted whatsoever. That still would have been just an incredible and magical moment. So again, I just wanted to kind of share that because I thought it was so awesome, and just wanted to show you the two things out of all that stuff that I decided to actually incorporate inside of my collection. Not collection, but in my system, I should say. So let's start off here with the tape player, which was actually a Pioneer 707 reel-to-reel player. And keep in mind, when I went down there to look at this, which just been stored in the basement, a finished basement, it was in the box. So, as you can see, not a scuff, not a scratch, just perfect condition. Pulled it right out, turned it on, everything is working fine. This wheel had gotten a little bit stiff, so I kind of, lubed that up a little bit. And I probably need to deox the switches a little bit. When I turn the line switch, you can hear a little bit of static here and there, which kind of shows it needs a little bit of cleaning there. But other than that, meters, everything works perfect, plays perfect. I recorded a few things on it. All the functions work. Like I said, just kind of right out of the box. So, it's like, holy cow. Next time you say tape player, make sure you clarify what you're talking about. And then the second thing that I got, or that I put into my system, were these speakers. And these are the Pioneer HPM-100s. And these were kind of eye-opening too. I'm not a big fan, or I never was, I should say, a big fan of the old school floor speakers. When it comes to speakers, I've always been I tend to like more modern day speakers. Same thing with CD players. I like more modern day CD players. I'm very, very cool with old school power. And when it comes to turntables, new school or old school, I'm cool with both of those as well. But on the speaker side, I've just always been a lot more partial to newer speakers. So I used to have a pair of Martin Logan Electrostats, and then I, moved over to the BMW 685s. And I guess the time frame 700s I had on here up to now were, I guess, kind of 80s type of speaker. But still, these old big floor speakers, I've just never been a big fan of. But when he showed me these, and I have no working knowledge of them either, so I'm sure that's a big part of it too. But I remember when I pulled off the grill and looked at them, I thought, well, those look somewhat similar to kind of those JBLs that are so popular. And I'm like, yes, I'm sure I could find somebody that'll want them. They're in perfect working condition. So I brought them home, and then just for kind of, craps and grins, I decided to hook them up. And I just set them like way out here on the floor, without moving my old speakers, and hooked them up. And I was so impressed with the sound of these things. And I decided, let me just leave them here at least for the day and kind of, just play some stuff and listen to them. And I was so impressed, I was fine. Like, I've got to replace my time frames with these. And just a fantastic full range sounding speaker. Um, so yeah, but again, just another one of those things I never expected that I would even have one of these, big type of floor speakers here. But again, as you can see, perfect condition. And the more I liked them and decided to actually incorporate them, I said, let me kind of get on eBay or whatever and see what these are going for. And sure enough, in mint condition, anywhere from $600 up to $1,000 is what people are asking for them. So just another, again, for someone just to give these to me is just freaking awesome. And I was so convinced I was going to have them here for a while. I actually went out to IKEA, and I like to go to IKEA quite a bit to, with all their pieced together furniture, you can get very creative in taking just some pieces and kind of creating what you need. And the stands that these speakers are sitting on are actually the base for a shelf that they have there that's supposed to sit on top of that. But instead of a shelf, I just decided to put speakers on there. And they have little adjustable knobs at the bottom, so you can, kind of balance. And with these, I have the front end kind of firing up a little bit more since, they're so low to the floor. So yeah, just an idea, $15 for those as compared to what you might pay for some speaker stands. But yeah, just awesome sounding speakers, and I'm really glad I finally got introduced and had the chance to experience a pair of these type of vintage speakers. So anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of share with you, VC. Again, as always, thanks for watching. It's just always cool to have stories like that, so I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of share them with my pals here in the VC. So take care, guys, and we will talk to you soon.